Yes, 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 yes. Hey, so my name is Gerald Peters. I am the author of this book right here, which is kind of what we're going to be talking about today, called The Money Flow. And this book here called You Don't Have to Die Broke. Now, this book kind of lays the foundation of how I think about money, the type of things you should invest in. But this book here talks about how I trade, trading strategy. Buying low, selling high, selling low, covering low, selling high and then covering lower, right? So whether we're going long or short, there's a strategy. Now I began to share this to support my book. I have a newsletter called thepetersreport.com. It's free. You can follow me on Twitter. I would appreciate if you followed me here. And I'm trying to teach the strategy that I spent a lot of years to figure out. I don't have a course. I'm not trying to bang you for a bunch of money. I teach this shit for free, okay? And this year I've made about $75,000, the year's not over, just trading stocks. And I enjoy sharing it and teaching it. And so a turning point for me in stock trading came about when I really dug into a guy named Dr. Alexander Elder's book, Trading for a Living. That had a huge impact on me. And then his book, Come Into My Trading Room. Now, I've read hundreds of books on the stock market. And early on, like a lot of people, here's what I did. I tried stocks, I blew out. And I said, well, that wasn't right for me. I need to do options. That was it. Less money, you can get bigger returns, blew out. And then I said, no, I was doing it wrong. Not options. I need to be a futures trader. And so I traded futures and I blew out. And this went on for years and years and years and years. And then at the same time, though, I was investing in the traditional sense of buying blue cap stocks. I was doing a strategy called the Dogs of the Dow. Very simple strategy. If you go to chapter 10 in my free ebook, click, there's a thing, go to my resource and get to my free ebook. Chapter 10 in that book is entitled Dog Power. And after years and years and years of losing money, I would go and look, and here are the stocks that I bought and held. They went up. And so I just concluded that it's true that buy and hold works. Like, that's an actual fact. And okay, so how do I take that information and begin to apply it to my stock trading? And the first thing I did is I stopped trying to short. Now, I'm not saying I don't do some shorting now. I'm just saying in the beginning, I'm trying to get you going on the right track here. One of the things that Dr. Alexander Elder taught me, as a disciple of his, and I'm gonna let you be a disciple for a hell of a lot cheaper, free. And if you want my book, it's 45 bucks. Cool thing is, if you buy my book, you can email me, text me, DM me, and all that, and I'll work, we'll hopefully become friends. Mind, money, and method. Mind, money, and method. These are the 3 M's Dr. Elder called them. The mind seems to make sense. You can really go crazy with this. When I think of mind, I think a little different than some psychological tricks that I just need to think positive. I'm talking bigger than that. For me, the book, The Science of Getting Rich, SOG, Science of Getting Rich. I have a free copy on my resource page. You can get them on Amazon. It's not an expensive book. The Science of Getting Rich laid the foundation for me and my mind. This idea that what you hold in formless substance, here's the ones that I give away, the formless substance, what you hold in there, that you can manifest into real life. Call it Law of Attraction. The book was written in 1905. Had a huge impact on me and my trading business. I'm a professional trader now, and investor. Money means obviously you got to have money to trade, but you need to make sure you have appropriate money for what you're trying to accomplish. It also goes deeper than that. I don't think you should be trying to make money at first. What you're trying to do at first is process. So if you've never been a profitable trader, I would suggest that you take a long period of time, a minimum 90 days, to study a method of strategy. It could be mine, to do nothing else. Like don't do the old way, Don't look at options. Don't fuck around with Forex. Like, just do this every day. Eat, sleep it. Internalize it. Like internalize it, the process. Not trying to make money, trying to execute perfect trades according to the strategy. And if you do that, I promise you, you're going to do better. So that's all inside of money. And we could have a video and we could do a damn conference on each one of these. What does the mind mean? You could bring in all these coaches. You don't need all that shit. Read The Science of Getting Rich, okay? Maybe read The Disciplined Investor. That's a good book. There's maybe 2 books on trading about mindset you should read, and the rest should be bigger picture things. When I think of the mind, I mean big picture, and we're going to get into that. Make sure we're recording. One day, while back, I'd sit here and did a whole damn class. It wasn't even recording. Now, money. Money we just talked about. This could also start talking about how much you bet on each trade. You can go down. Man, I've seen spreadsheets where people have. You don't need all that. Be reasonable. You're trading $5,000, $500 a trade. You can have 10 trades. I think you need more than one trade going so that you can get a lot of trading experience in a very quick manner. In other words, if you're managing 40 trades, you're going to get 40 times the experience than if you're just managing one trade. Does that make sense? Now, that may sound like a lot, and you're like, oh, I can't do 40 trades. Trust me. My trades last 2 to 3 months. So when I show you this inside the money flow, these trades last months and months and months. So I can have 50 of them going, and it takes me a whole 10, 20 minutes a day. I mean, that's just not a problem. The problem is I don't have enough money to do them all, okay? And then method. A lot of people spend way too much time on the method. Now, you need a good method. And I kind of stumbled on my method by combining what Dr. Elder had been teaching me. I don't trade the way Dr. Elder does, a little bit like him. But it was what I had discovered by blowing out, by losing. I learned more from my losses. And when I compared that to my buy and hold portfolio, I was like, holy shit. I didn't even do anything and I made money. I'm over here doing all this stuff and I lost money. And so I began to merge the two, the concept, when I stepped up and began bigger picture. Now, if you go to my Instagram and click on there, I have a thing called the 10 Pillars of Success. I think you should read those. You should print them off and put them on your thing. Here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to become a trading disciple of mine. I would like you to go on a 90-day journey with me. I'd like you to get both my books. I'd like you to read them. I'd like you to begin implementing my strategy. It costs you $0 to trade today. 0. And so if you gave me 90 days, if you became a student of mine, no cost, other than maybe buying a book. I would appreciate if you bought it. But the cost is nothing. The barrier to entry to what we're talking about here is nothing. And I'm going to show you exactly what I do. So if you go to thepetersreport.com, you'll see the stocks that I'm trading. Yesterday, I put out that I was buying Uber because my method signaled a buy. That was what I call stage 2 buy, S2. So you'll see from time to time I'll change my vernacular because I'm still working out as far as being a teacher of this, what I know to make it in such a way that it's received properly. This is why I don't charge. This is why there's no mentor groups, because a lot of this on how I'm going to distribute this information when I begin to build my trading school here is I'm trying to refine some of the terminology and you know, so that it all makes sense. But here's the thing. Big picture, the stock market goes up 71% of the time. You'll get tired of me saying this, but repetition is the mother of skill. You need to believe it. So when you hear me saying, I need you to internalize this. If this means it goes up 71% of the time, you don't need to freak out when it goes down. So by believing this foundational principle that stocks go up 71% of the time, right, then we can play like a casino. We want to play with the odds. So this is why I don't want you doing any shorting right now, because 29% odds is not a good thing unless you have extreme skill. Okay, make sense? Now, also, the market moves in 4 stages. And here's a clear picture of what that would look like a horseshoe. Market goes sideways, market breaks out, market goes sideways, market breaks down, market goes sideways, and this pattern plays out over and over and over and over and over and over. Now, it's not playing out flat or linear like that. It's playing out more like this. Markets go sideways, markets break out, break down, go sideways, break out, go sideways, break down, go sideways. See what I'm saying? And it's more like that. And I began to look at my charts of companies that I had bought and held that I didn't do anything, and I'd made a bunch of money. And so I was like, oh, wow. So all this trading was for nothing. And then I thought, so then I put my trading strategy over these stocks, and I began to look at it. And my strategy said, buy here, take profits here, buy here, take profits here, buy here. And it began to clearly show me tops and bottoms. Now, people are going to tell you you can't pick tops and bottoms. Mostly that's true. Many times I've picked the exact top, many times I've picked the exact bottom. Was that a little, I mean, that's a little lucky, but my strategy told me to, so I don't call that luck. I just call that following the method, mine, money method. Now, the method seeks to capture the bottoms. Now, I'm not saying it always captures the bottoms or always gets them right. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying I often do. And so I began to combine these big picture ideas that markets move up over time, markets move in stages, and I began to identify the stages. Stage 1, now I didn't create this, it's not proprietary. Stage 2, now some stuff I've modified it for the way that I think. Stage 4, the breakdown, and then we're back to stage 1. Now, a market can do, here's what you need to understand though, it ain't gonna move pretty like that all the time, okay? It could do this, sideways, down, sideways, down, sideways, down, and you'll see that. And each one of these, my strategy will signal, hey, here's a good buying spot, because it's trying to target the bottoms. And it does it really good. It just may not be the bottom. It might keep going. and when that happens, that's called trading, man. That's called trading. You're gonna have that, it's gonna happen to you. But often I catch the low, it turns up, goes up, tags the high. Now, so one, markets go up, markets move in stages. These are fundamental principles that I'm trying to share with you about my strategy. Another one is price has memory. I mean, wherever price has been before, it tends to go again. I don't know why. Some of these things I don't wonder why, I just accept that they do. Now, some of these things are just self-fulfilling prophecies. They're just coming true because, well, enough people believe them, and if enough of us believe it, well, shit, it's true, right? If we're all Catholic, then everybody's Catholic. If we're all Muslim, then everybody's Muslim, and you know what I mean? Like, human beings have the ability to create our own truth. It's one of our superpowers. Here's the crazy, it doesn't even have to be true. You could dedicate your life to a lie. Like, human beings are one of the only animals that can self-program. And so, price has memory. And what I mean by that is, let's take a stage, let's take a price. Look, here's Uber right now. And I'm gonna do a lot, okay. This is a 3rd grade drawing of a stock chart. So these are days, right? Comes down, 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 starts moving sideways, and now it's breaking back out. So what did we got? Sideways, stage 2 breakout, stage 3, stage 4 breakdown, sideways, stage 2 breakout, right? And so my strategy looks to target shares in here and then on here. So we'd have buy 1, buy 2. I'm looking to buy in 2 spots. Now, ideally, I get a chance at these a couple times, and I might make 2, 3, 4 buys, okay? So I like to scale in, and here's the thing. I didn't draw my chart enough. When it runs up, my target is always previous high. Price has memory. And that's going to create a support zone. Now, some people say, well, it doesn't always do that. No shit. I get that. It doesn't always do it. But it does it a lot. And so it gives me a logical place for a profit target, previous high. Now, along the way, I'm going to scale out. I want to buy low, sell high. I want to buy weakness, sell strength. And so I have some indicators. I probably won't get into that video. You know, the money flow trading system uses a checklist of 5 things. What's funny, if you look at Dr. Elder, uses 5 things as well. So a lot of his stuff has rubbed off on me. I'm just using slightly different, well, we use a lot of the same things. And you know, you may, if you're an advanced trader, you may take 2 pieces of what I'm doing and add a third of yours. But this is the basic strategy. Now, to make this work though, you can't just buy any old stock. So this is where we get into mine, money, and method, right? We can't, so this is method. The method that I use to trade is super simple. I could sit you down and in 5 minutes, if you came to my house, in 5 minutes, I could show you on a chart how to do what I did to make $75,000. It's not hard. What I can't give you in 5 minutes is the mind to execute the trades properly, or the money to execute the trades properly, right? I can't give you those parts. But the method is easy. The method is easy. And I've spent 20 years now refining this method to where I'm now experiencing exponential growth, which is why I'm teaching it, because I need to share it. Like, my wife doesn't want to hear this shit. My kids don't want to hear this shit. No one around me wants to hear me babble all day about stocks and this amazing trading strategy and my systems for dividends and rental properties and investing and compounding your money. Everyone around me is tired of hearing that. So you take your message to the strangers, right? And so social media allows us to do that. And so originally I began to sell my book on Amazon, but who the fuck's gonna buy some dude they never heard of book on Amazon? Like, how would you even know to buy it, right? And so I was like, well, man, I just need to give it away. Like, here. And then guess what happened is I began to give away the strategy and give away my newsletter and give away my first book for free, the You Don't Have to Die Broke. Guess what? Some people go, wow, I really like this. Can I buy a hard copy? Sure. And then I began to develop, and then I began to sell books. I began to sell books by giving away books. Right out of The Science of Getting Rich. Mind. Pillar number 1 in my 10 pillars of success is how you think is everything. So how you think about these markets is everything. How you think about a book, if you wanted to sell books, is everything, right? How you think about your product as a salesman is everything. And so the mindset, again, inside the book, The Science of Getting Rich, I don't think you need to read a bunch of books by a bunch of dumbass trading coaches. Most of those trading coaches don't even trade. You don't even need to listen to that shit. You need to get your mind right and read the book, The Science of Getting Rich. Now, your money, that's what my book, You Don't Have to Die Broke, is about. It's about getting your money right. And I go watch some other videos. You'll see me drawing the buckets and how you should allocate your money. But method is easy. I can show you the method. You know, buying real estate is easy. You don't even need courses. It blows my mind how many people buy real estate courses. It's fucking stupid. It's easy. You don't need a course. Like, you can just Google it. It's so stupid easy. I'm about to get angry because of how easy this stuff is. Method is simple. Method, again, I can show you in 5 minutes how to be a successful trader. The part that I'm going to have a hard time with is all the shit that's already in your mind, all the filters you're going to begin to apply to everything that I'm going to show you. All of that stuff is going to be the problem. It's all going to be right here. And you're going to be like, oh, I'm so busy at work. And so you're so busy at work, you can't spend 10 minutes looking at charts. And you're going to be, oh, my mom got sick, or my kids did this. And you know, all these things that happen to me on a daily basis. I run 3 businesses. And while running, you know, I own a bunch of real estate. So I self-manage a portfolio of 15 rental properties, manage them all, do my own remodels, right? Trade full-time, have kids, write books, publish, record, post. Like, today's Thanksgiving, I'm recording. I got higher ideas. I got a bigger calling. I got a bigger mission than sitting my ass on the couch with a bunch of people watching TV. That's me. There's plenty enough time. You have the exact same time that I have. You have the exact same time that Donald Trump has. We all been given by the, grace of God, if you want to, if you believe that, the same amount of time is what you do at that time. Now, if you choose to use your time in an unproductive way or not to invest, that's on you. But time isn't the reason. I manage up to 50 trades in just minutes a day. Honestly, minutes a day. Now, I spend a lot more time on that. But if I have a remodel going, or I have something going at my other business, or a bunch of calls I got to make, I don't need to be sitting in front of my computer. Most of my trading is done on a phone. And so I catch myself just as I have time throughout the day looking at them. Simple as that. And so I'm able to trade. I consider myself full-time. I don't know. I made $75,000 trading Is that a full-time trader? I spend 1 to 2 hours a day on this hobby, is really what I would call it. I spend 1 to 2 hours a day on my social media business. Social. Posting these videos, commenting, responding to emails, responding to text messages, putting out thepetersreport.com, posting on Instagram, sending something on Twitter. I spend 1 to 2 hours a day on that. Then I work. I don't know, however, So point is just the idea that you don't have enough time. I need you to get that out of your head, okay? That's back to mind. The idea that you don't have enough time is some shit you've created in your own mind, because you can do this in bed at night 30 minutes a day. Like, the money, I can't help you with that. You got to get the money. You have to earn the right to be a trader. You have to earn the right to be an investor. It's not something that's given to people. Now, people seek shortcuts, some sort of secret sauce, some sort of course they can take that buy money with no real estate down. You understand they're pitching that to people who don't deserve it. Like, if you don't have the money, you don't deserve it. You have to get the money to do it. I'm telling you, if you become a student of mine, I'm going to get you on the right track. I'm going to get rid of all that guru shit that's been put in your head by the guys flying around on their corporate fucking jets and their fancy cars and their watches and all that shit. It doesn't help you at all. That's all entrepreneur, trader porn. That's all that is. That's all that is. But you live at home with your wife, not a porn star, okay? You get what I'm saying? That's all trader porn. Now, maybe you get some sort of motivation out of it. Maybe you get something out of watching Grant Cardone fly around in his private jet and live in a fancy house, and you feel like you should give your money to him to continue his lifestyle. I don't get it, bro. When the world is filled with people like me who actually teach real shit, real applicable information that you can begin to apply today. So I have hundreds of students, hundreds, every single day, literally, and this is God's honest truth. I post a lot of these on Instagram. Every single day, I get emails, DMs, and text messages from people thanking me. Gerald, thank you. I began to apply. I read your 2 books. I began to apply it. It's the first time ever in my life I have $30,000. I'm so excited. Gerald, I began to apply your trading method. I'm up 22%. I've only been doing it 2 months. I get these every day, which is one reason I keep doing it, because when all of a sudden you teach something and someone I remember the first time I got that message, side note, I'm like, whatever, man. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, whatever. And he's like, dude, I love you. Like, he's just going on and on and on and on. And I'm thinking, and I have to remember, I'm not an old man, but I'm 50, right? Like, when you're 22 and you learn some new shit, like, it's exciting. I'm thinking back the first time I bought my first rent house, and I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. And I was all excited. I was going to be getting, and I got my first rent check, dude. I remember when I got my first rent check, and it blew my mind, And I had a guy send me a thing. He's like, I got my first dividend check, because I also teach investing. Right now we're talking trading, okay? Different compartments, different things, right? Flipping a house is different than buying and holding a house. But you can learn both skill sets. And so what I'm trying to teach you is skills, not a buy and hold, not a service where I just buy this, buy that. I want to teach you how to be your own service, how to pick your own stocks. Now, at the core of what I'm doing here, these aren't penny stocks, okay? These aren't, they could be marijuana stocks. Some of those are now mature companies. These aren't crypto companies. These aren't fly-by-night stocks. These are things that you know. Like, right now, I'm up 20% in Lyft. This was my trade of the week a couple weeks ago, 20%. What else? I'm trying to think of some off the top of my head. Peloton, we're up almost 30%. What's another? I got all the, if you go look at my thing, I just closed out Adobe for a 15% return. Go look at that chart. You'll see as of the recording here where we're at on that. FedEx, the list goes on and on and on. And people who've, follow along, learn the strategy, and they're blown away. It's the first time they're making money. It's not me. It's not that I have some magic strategy. This is just 20 years of learning, getting my mind right, getting my money right, and begin implementing an actual strategy that works. And around the big picture. So we're trading around the big picture, and the big picture is that over time stocks go up, that over time stocks go up. Stocks move in 4 stages, and so as we learn to identify the stages, and I give you the indicators to do that, there's only 5 indicators, I give them to you, we can begin to look at a chart and properly trade. But on the other thing, these are real businesses that make real money. So the company has to make a money. Now here's something that I do. Before I pick a trade, like Nokia is a new one. And don't run out and buy these. Like, I'm just trying to give you reference points. So Nokia gets slammed, drops more than 10%. I have a thing called the 10% rule. If a stock drops 10% in a single day, you can't trade it. You have to stop. You have to wait 3 days. You don't even sell it. You got to wait 3 days. You don't do anything for 3 days, okay? It tends to move down. It starts to go sideways. Once it forms what I call a stage 1 base, I can take a position. And then what I'm looking for is the breakout to run up to go to previous high. This is the pattern, okay? And I do this over and over and over and over and over and over and over with stock after stock after stock. But I use a service called Morningstar. And of course, I don't get anything. These guys are huge. They don't even know I exist on planet Earth other than charging my credit card. Morningstar. And I've also been playing around with this new thing called, it's not new, but Tips Rank, where they rank analysts. What I'm looking for in this is when I find a chart that I like or a stock that I want to trade, I need to make sure it's a real business that makes real money. I don't want to sit around reading PE ratios and looking at earnings reports and all that. I outsource that. So just like you can own a real estate property and outsource the property management, I'm going to outsource the valuation of the company. And so I go and I pull up Morningstar and I say, what kind of ranking do they give it? And they rank stocks from a 1-star to a 5-star. And so what if it comes up and says, this is a 4-star stock, and we think it's worth $112, and it has fallen to $92, and it's starting to go sideways. What does that tell me? Well, it's a good trade, man. It's a good trade. The company's worth $112. It's down to $92. And so one of the other things that I use is I don't use stops. And people say, well, how can you not use stops? Well, I'm not a day trader. I believe over time stocks go up. I'm only trading stocks that over time should go up. I'm only trading stocks that produce real money, that make real money, and they have real book value, where a person can value the company. See what I'm saying? And so these are part of the components of the method. So if you don't understand the company, you don't understand its value, what should it be trading, what's considered fair value? If you don't know that, don't take the trade. So I'm trading technicals, I'm marrying technicals with fundamental analysis, but I'm outsourcing the fundamental analysis. Hope that makes sense. Really hope that makes sense. So I am a technical trader using 5 different indicators that when they align, when 3 or more align, I can take a position. When 4 align, I add a position. When all 5 align, I'm all in. I have an undervalued asset that I'm going to sell at a fair value at a previous price. Now remember I said price has memory. So let's say this is my thing and price is down here and I get my buy signal. Where's my targets? My targets is anywhere price has been before. So when price breaks out and starts running, I sell some. If it keeps going, I sell some. See what I'm saying? Keeps going, I sell some. And I'm going to scale out just like I got in on the down and then on the breakout. And so I'm simplifying the process, but as we begin to look at charts, if you follow me on Instagram, I teach this live with the charts every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Follow me on Twitter. I put out charts. You can catch my podcast and catch me here. I teach it here. Go watch the other videos. Hey, follow me, click like and all that good shit. And, we can grow this channel and consider becoming a student of mine. Consider studying my strategy. Listen, if you're one of these people who are super smart, you're going to have the harder time at it. You actually do better at this if you're not the brightest person. Just being real. Guys that are just like, okay, Gerald, show me, and then they just do it, do way better than people who think they're smart. Because when you teach someone who's, listen, some of the worst trader investors in the world are doctors. Go ask any money management people. The people who do the worst with their money are doctors, real high paid actors, sports people. People who think they're smart or talented do the worst. People who are just average people who realize they're, like I just realized my limitations. And I just had to come up with a strategy that made sense. I had to. I had no other option. I don't have any magic skills. I'm not like an engineer. I didn't make a lot of money. And I just had to become super wise. And that's what this book is about. You don't have to die broke. If you get this book, which is free, unless you want me to sign and mail you a copy, which is 15 bucks. If you get that book, what you're going to get is the mind and the money part right. See, if I can get your mind right and the money, you get the money part right. I can't help you with that. When we get down here to method, I can make you rich. You can just blueprint it, bro. It's a blueprint. It's a 5,000-year-old blueprint. Buying assets that produce cash flow. And then we can trade those assets too. God bless. Hey, follow me on. Smash that like button, please. Appreciate it.